um, drug abuse is hereditary. I truly believe that. I believe that in your in your DNA, perhaps there's something that links that together because I saw a lot of my family members on both sides, on my mother's side and my dad's side, um, become alcoholics or drug addicts. And I also believe that in small towns, people tend to um, be easily more influenced with drugs and alcohol.
It's more socially accepted.
It's more socially accepted.
It's the beer after work.
Yeah.
It's the joint on the holidays.
Yes.
And then those may start off as a good time.
Right.
And a fun time.
And then it leads up to more and more and more and more.
A long time.
Because everyone can't drink a glass of wine and go to bed at night. Mm-hmm. Some people got to drink 2-3 bottles.
Right.
Everybody can't smoke one joint and say, well, I got enough. They got to smoke from the time they wake up to the time they go to bed.
You know, I think a lot, sometimes, this is my opinion, a lot has to do with just escapism. Mm-hmm. I feel like, everyone has a story. Mm-hmm. And they've been through, something. And I think it's pairing the thing with that thing. Mm-hmm. So I think the original goal is to escape it, numb it. Right. Be able to deal with it more. Right. Not to feel it. Right. Not to feel it as much. Right. I always think there's a story behind that, but I do also agree with you that some things are generational. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then just depending on the different patterns that families repeat. Right. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Or what they feel is socially acceptable. Another thing too is, so we at a family function and everybody's drinking a beer. Oh, I don't want a beer. Well, why you don't want a beer? Why you can't drink with us? Like that is that I hate to say peer pressure, but also it's sometimes that too, like, or if you want to do something different, if you say, oh, I don't do that, well, you think you're too good for us, or you know what I'm saying? That's what happens. Yeah. That's what happens. Yeah. Yeah. So I like to talk about middle school because I think it go down in middle school. It went down for me in middle school for sure. For sure. I think you are, you're starting to come into yourself. You're starting to figure things out. I think it's when you first get the inkling that you are definitely smarter than your parents and you definitely won't do what they did. You got starting to have all the answers. At 12 years old is when my life went. But I thought it was going, but it wasn't. It went. Yeah. So talk about, if you want to, school, what does school look like? What are we dressing like? I love to talk about what the music is because I think there's always like a soundtrack. Oh, yeah. To a period in your life or something going on, mm-hmm. You in your head. You cute. So, oh yeah. Cute. So at middle school, especially middle school, it was, you remember we used to wear the rompers that with the little thing on the bottom of the leg? What? Yeah. So my mama can sew, so she would make mine. You was cute. So I had polka dot black and white, polka dot red and white. I was like Kwame. Oh. I was a polka dot girl. Oh my God. So I had rompers and we was like, it was cross colors was there. Oh, cross colors was there. It was just, I didn't have a lot of names. I didn't have any name brand things. The first name brand thing I had ever had, I bought myself. But I didn't have but my mom sold and my grandmother sold. So that was helpful. So I had anything I said I wanted to wear, they could make it, Girl, you was rich. Yeah. They could design her clothes. Yeah, they could make it. So middle school was interesting. It was interesting. What music you listening to? I was listening to Salt and Pepper. Come on.
I was listening. Yep, Push It. I was listening to In Vogue. Ooh. I was listening to R. Kelly, which I probably shouldn't have been. I was listening to. He was so good. Yes, he was great. He was. His music is legendary. No matter what, his music is legendary. Oh, Shine. Michelle. Yeah. Oh. Michelle. Oh yeah. And we used to have a talent contest. Yes, we went to Click on the Ritz doing Michelle the song. When she asked us for hello, that song. We won. I think I must have been like the sixth grade. It was me. My cousin was the guy that answered the phone. Three of my other cousins. We won the talent show. I was Michelle in the talent show. Yes. Yes. So yeah, it was fun. It was interesting. But in junior high, you start to come about yourself. Your body start changing. Girl. Them hormones start raging. You go from them little nubs to now you need a bra. Yes. Yeah. And so you change a lot in middle school. And middle school led me to a interesting high school. A very interesting high school. Um, the summer between middle school and the summer between eighth grade and ninth grade, I got pregnant. Okay. Yes. So I went into high school pregnant. You went into high school? I went into ninth grade pregnant. How old are we? 14. Oh my. I went into high school pregnant. I'm the straight A student. Uh-huh. That goes into high school pregnant. Yes. And it happens. Yes. And it happens. First boyfriend? Not my first boyfriend, my second boyfriend. You said you didn't get out the gate. My second boyfriend. No. Yeah, you can say second boyfriend. My second boyfriend. Um, Smooth talker. I know what I'm doing. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing. Was y'all the same age? He's a year older than me, so we was in the same grade. Same grade. Yeah. A lot of sexual activity. In the country, especially. Country kids. Is it different in the country? Country kids got way more sexual activity than the city kids. Because you got way more time on your hands. Shut. You got way more time on your hands. Way more space, too. Way more space. You got way more freedom because your parents trust you to go here and there because you in the country. What's going to happen to you? Mm. And mine was after school. Last day of school. Last day of school. Last day of school. Oh my. Did you know you were pregnant? So I did. So my neighbor was pregnant at the time. She was in 12. She graduated. She had just graduated high school. And so I asked her, I said, how, so this is in midsummer that I asked her this. I think like July, I asked her. I said, how do you know that you were pregnant? Because I didn't know how you know you were pregnant. I said, it might have been beginning of, maybe, it might have been the beginning of August, right before school started though. I said, how do you know you're pregnant? And she said, well, you don't have a period anymore. And I said, I haven't had a period all summer. Oh. And she said, you're probably pregnant. And I said, I can't be pregnant. I can't be pregnant. Girl? Yeah. How would I be pregnant? It's because you was pregnant. So she said, so we had a pharmacy in town. She was like, let's go to the pharmacy and buy a pregnancy test. So pregnancy test at the time was $15. That's a lot. It was a lot of money. So she said, all I got is $10. So I was like, well, let me go in my mom's room and see if I can find $5. So I went in my mom's room and found $5. We walked up there. We got the pregnancy test. Went back home. I peed on a stick. And I was ready. I don't even think you peed in a cup. And then you put the stick in a cup. You didn't pee on the stick. You peed in a cup and you put the stick in the cup. Because this was 34 years ago. A long time ago. So sure enough, I was pregnant. And I was like, how am I? Like, I'm a child. Like, I'm 14. And I never wanted to have sex. And I was like, because I kept telling him, I don't want to do it because I know I'm going to get pregnant. He was like, everybody else doing it. Nobody else pregnant. I was like, I just know I'm going to be. He's like, I'm sterile. Now, why would I listen to a 15-year-old boy? I have no idea.
Oh, wow.
He's definitely not sterile. He has gobs of kids, so he's definitely not sterile. So, and so my mom was working and she got off of work that day. And the first thing I said, Mama, I took $5 from you because I ain't no thief. So I'm like, Mama, I took $5 from you. And she said, well, what you was there here taking $5 for? And I said, because I went bought a pregnancy test and I'm pregnant.
Wow.
I've always been a bold child. I've always been very vocal and very bold.
You, I can't even get it out.
I've always been very vocal and very bold. And and she asked me for who, and I said for who, and it went from there.
Oh boy. Did she express being upset?
She was upset, but my mom, you have to know my mom, like she's, especially at that time, she was upset, but if she ride for you, she ride for you.
Come on.
We was gonna figure it out.
Okay. How did you feel in that moment? I know you said that, how I'm a child, but how did you feel?
Scared.
Scared?
Extremely scared. Like, and I wasn't a mature looking 14-year-old. So I wasn't into my body yet, I guess I would say. I wasn't shapely. I probably had A-cup breast. I wasn't a mature looking. You could tell I was a child that was pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah. You could tell I was a child that shouldn't have been pregnant. Um, so, but being pregnant young and also having sex young, that stems from a lot of other things for me. Um, I feel like kids that are sexually abused young tend to be more sexually promiscuous earlier.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. Um, so that was my case. Um, I feel like whenever you already have opened that Pandora's box and you know what's right and wrong with sex, you don't have those barriers as if somebody that's 14 and never even been never even had a thought of a sexual encounter.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think a lot of things that I've done um as as a child growing up into a teenager into a early 20 adult, a early in a 30s adult into now have all stemmed from things. But yeah, I was definitely afraid. Definitely afraid.
Hmm. And I've heard that a number of times, and then they even talk about it statistically. The
I
children.
just think you don't value the experience as much as you would value the experience of having a sexual relationship with somebody. You don't value the experience of having a sexual relationship with somebody whenever you've already been um sexually exploited at a young age.
I think that's a perspective. Another perspective I would gander to say is that because they call it promiscuity, I think there is there's some kind of emotional attachment to that. But outside of that emotional attachment, perhaps because I've had this experience in my life and it did not feel right to me. It didn't. I understood that was probably not the necessarily the how do I want to put it? I don't want to say the right thing. Um, it was a sexual exploitation. You know what I'm saying? Without you having an understanding of what was really going on. Mm-hmm. Going out and actually finding out what it is that you would like.
Right, on your own will.
On your own will, mm-hmm. And then with somebody that does take the care. Mm-hmm. And then, the emotions can come, mm-hmm. into it, having that wholesome experience versus one that was forced upon you, if that makes sense.
It does.
And it because I don't think everybody doesn't view